Confident?
Excellent. Yeah.
Cool. Good for you. I'm happy.
I'm confident in the fact that it was really out of time. Also, do you think the audience has any idea what we're doing when we do that?
I don't know. You'd think. Oh,
Do you edit
unless
it out?
anyone has watched the YouTube. No, I leave it in. I find it quite funny.
Do you upload it to YouTube or the
Yes,
shorts?
I haven't the last two though.
What, the full?
Yeah.
Well,
How
that's
do you not
cool.
know that, mate? Come on.
It's clearly not that interested.
Everyone
I know
tune
she
in.
didn't post anything from the last one on Instagram.
Yeah, I've got a bit bad with Instagram.
I think you need to up your game there.
Well, the thing is, I put everything on TikTok. I just don't bother with Instagram because it doesn't really seem to get anything.
Yeah, that's
which
fair.
is poor. I'm still lazy
also...
though. I shouldn't give up. I gave up and I apologise. And I've also got another apology to make.
Yeah.
When I declared last week that I wouldn't do the whole premise of our show, I feel like that was a poor move.
That was a poor move.
I'm rebuting.
You're rebuking yourself.
Does that mean I'm taking it back?
I rebuke it.
Rebuttal.
You're rebuttaling yourself.
Is that the right word?
Shall I look on my second screen?
Yeah, go on. I've got a second screen now as well. It's quite fantastic. What is it when you take your word back? It's coming back. It's not going. I felt bad and lazy.
Rebutting.
Did I say that once or did I edge around that?
I think you did. No,
okay,
you said that the first time, and then I think I took your confidence away.
Should never doubt yourself.
No, don't give up. Never
Innocent
give up.
until proven guilty. Do you know what I mean?
Very true. I do know what you mean. How are you? What have you been up to? How was today?
Today was long, and I was driving in the county of Lincolnshire.
Woo!
I did not realise how big Lincolnshire was. I just thought it was Lincoln.
I don't think it's as big. Well, I mean, it is, I suppose, large as counties go, but I think the issue is when you're trying to get anywhere in it.
There was a lot of tractors, mate.
Yeah, it's all farm equipment, which you're used to being from Norfolk, and
Still
also the lanes, the roads. There's like barely any motorways.
Yeah, it's pretty rough, and I've decided to rename it.
What?
Lincolnshire.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, I don't accept that Lincoln slander. Lincoln's incredible.
I have slandered, and I will not rebuttal that one.
Oh, well, I imagine when we get inundated with Lincoln support from our loyal fan base, you will rebut yourself.
I'll fight you all.
Next time. I'll fight you.
I'll fight you.
I'll fucking fight you.
How have you been?
Really good. I went surfing. I don't know if you can tell. I've got merch.
That is a pretty sweet hoodie. The North Shore Surf Shop in New Quay.
Yes. I went surfing.
Little shout out.
And I have decided, shout out to them, 60 quid for this hoodie.
Did you ride a wave?
I actually rode like 4 waves.
What a dude you are.
5 waves. As in like standing up I rode that many.
That is pretty G.
And there is nothing like the feeling of catching a wave. And I was like, I've caught a wave. You get on, you spy a wave off in the distance. You're like, that looks like a good wave. You want the white ones.
Yeah, the ones that are breaking.
Obviously. You want a broken wave. And then you get on your board and you start paddling. And then
I like that motion.
As the wave catches up to you, is underneath you, 3 more paddles. Power paddles, that's what they're called.
Yeah.
Then you
Let me see a power
your
paddle.
hands.
Just can you go back at all and show us a full body power paddle? You look like you're Superman having
3.
a fight.
Thank you.
In POV.
That's how I felt.
Not
and then hands either side of your chest, push up. and then there's
audio listeners, which is pretty much all of you. Megan just did a very good impression of standing up.
Get over to the YouTube. I could bite you. And then when you're doing that little what's it called? The yoga pose.
Downward dog.
No, not that. You don't want to do that on the surfboard. I'm telling you now, that'd be hard. You've got to get onto your feet, and you can. There's different ways you can do it. Go to your knees first, and then kind of like pop up. They call it a pop up as well. That's what you call it.
That's pretty cool.
Or you can kind of bring your feet up and then stand up, or you can just do it really quickly basically jump, get your feet into the right position and stand up. And then you've got to have like your hands pointing out.
You're casting a spell.
Yeah. Like you're casting a spell on the wave to get it to carry you. I kind of went for a mixture of like getting my feet under me and jumping. I kind of did both, like dragging your feet up and jumping. Up? I did like 4 times, like 4 times.
You're a pop.
Really proud of myself. Wasn't very well balanced because I fell off a lot, but honestly, it was incredible.
Though. How hours in? How many hours did you put on your timesheet of
2 or 3?
Surfing? And you got up 4 times.
Yeah.
Congrats on you. That
absolutely incredible.
Good progress.
Honestly, because we'd also done stand-up paddleboarding and mountain biking. I'm shit at mountain biking. I am so shit at mountain bike. I don't get it. Like the downhill part of it is not fun enough. In fact, it's not fun at all to then counteract how shit it is getting back up the hill.
Is the down bit not fun for you because you're a massive pussy and you're not really going that fast?
Yeah, I wasn't going very fast.
I imagine if you're good at it and you're like, have you watched those videos when like on the edges of mountains and stuff like that?
Yeah, that just doesn't excite me. It wasn't exciting.
Yeah, but I'd die, but it does look very cool.
I did some co-steering as well.
Yeah. Did you jump into any water?
I did.
Very cool.
Do you want to? I'd say, do you want to guess how high? But you're going to go mental, and it's going to be really.
No, I won't. I'll be realistic.
Okay, guess how high.
How are you with heights?
I mean, I'm not like my dad. I'm not popping Valium to get on a fight.
Were you comfortably high, or was it a bit out of your depths? Excuse the pun.
The last one was a bit high, but I still did it.
20 feet.
No.
Too high?
No, higher.
Okay, see, I didn't go too much. 30?
Yeah, 30 feet.
Good height. Well done.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's high. That's high enough. That's high jump. Rach would shit her pants and not do it.
Yeah, I was shocked because I was like, me a couple of years ago, don't think I'd have done it, but I did it with minimal hesitation.
Look at you.
She's like, are you ready to go? And you had to give like a real confident yes. I was like, yes! And then the whole thing is, you kind of got to jump off and... Starfish.
Flail, yeah.
Starfish, so you push your chest out so you don't go too far forward. Because if you go forward, then you're basically going to belly slap. Not
nice.
Fun.
Murder on the beach.
Then you get to the bottom, you look up and you're like, doesn't look that high. But when you're up there, you're like, this is high.
We did the same in Wales, and I'm pretty sure that was only 30 foot, the highest one. And when you're up there, you are like, that is high. And then you're down there, you're like, that looks really small.
Did you enjoy it, though?
But yeah, I love shit like that.
Did Rachel like it?
She did. She only did like half, like maybe 15 foot, I think.
She didn't do the 30 foot?
No, mate, she's a puss.
Pussio,
you know.
Pussio.
Oh, I've got a little music recommendation for you.
Yeah.
Charlie Crockett.
Who?
I'd never heard of him either until about half an hour ago. I've listened to a few songs. If you and Lucas ever want a romantic date night, a few drinks, put on some Charlie Crockett, mate.
Honestly, when you said Charlie Crockett, I thought it was going to be a white boy that raps.
It's a black man that sings country music.
Incredible.
Absolutely incredible.
Things that I did not think it was.
Phenomenal as well. I don't know how. Stumbled across him on Reddit, and he is amazing. Put him on.
Okay, I will. Thank you very much.
He is
there you go,
like
a little freebie recommendation for the listeners.
He's an audio version of a aphrodisiac.
Is he?
Yeah, 100%.
Is it a bit like Marvin Gaye? Oh,
Gayer.
Sexual
No,
healing.
more country.
Sexual healing is something that's good for me.
Do you want me to ruin that song for you right
now? Why was he a molester, child molester? But you got to think about it. People of a certain age, will have had all of their like sex symbols and people they looked up to came out as paedophiles, like Jimmy Savile.
It was nothing to do with children.
Who's that Australian bloke?
Oh, Jake the Peg.
No, Australian guy with the board thing, and he did Stars in Your Eyes. He's dead.
Yeah, I can't remember his name. He sang, Jake the Peg. Oh, I was going to say Russell, but it's not.
Hang on.
Just type in
Rolf
Australian
Harris.
Rolf Harris.
I did.
Far off
Australian
of what
presenter
I was.
paedophile is what I put in.
There you go.
Yeah, so what were you going to say?
Just listen to Charlie Crockett. Oh.
No, Marvin Gaye.
That's the, sometimes me and Rach, when we get in the mood, we'll start with Marvin Gaye. That exact song.
Nah, I don't want to know that. I don't want to know that. I don't want to hear that.
So now every time you watch that,
that is gone.
Listen to that.
Nope. Not something I'm going to commit to memory. Okay, should we
get into it?
Should we get into it? What was my clue? I don't remember.
Something about someone put a flower on a board.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So the flower, Rose.
I don't think you went straight in with Jack, did you?
I don't remember.
Did Jack
Rose
put
on a board.
flower on a board?
We're talking about Titanic. Rose is on the door, clearly enough space. I don't care what Mythbuster says for both Rose and Jack. We are, of course, talking about the Titanic. We're going down.
Megan.
I'm yelling Iceberg.
I
have so much hope for this. I
actually
did a fair bit of research.
You will be shocked in me at the end of this.
I also did I don't know if this is like my autistic tick or what, but I've gone into detail about how it was constructed and what it was constructed of.
We got
so
bare metal and stuff like that.
Yeah, okay, but like the actual how it was. I'll get into it. Should I get into it?
You get into it.
Should we dive right into the Atlantic?
We're diving right into the Atlantic.
We're co-steering into the Atlantic. We're surfing on bits of debris. Today, we are going to discuss the fate of the unsinkable jewel in the crown of the White Star Line's Olympia-class cruise ships, the Titanic. It has captured the imagination of the world for years, due to its catastrophic sinking just 4 days into its voyage to New York from Southampton. The luxury, the difference and disparity between the first and the third class, the sinking of a vessel that was touted to be impregnable, I wanted to get that word in there,
nice,
has all ensured that Titanic is as relevant today as it was on its launch 113 years ago. I wrote that myself, by the way.
That was all you?
That was me. That was off.
That was like the beginning of a university thing. What is it you do at the end?
Dissertation?
Yeah, man.
Or an essay? Yeah, every so often I'll be writing and I'll be like, so that's what it was like.
That was a cracking bit of English.
Thank you.
Literature.
So we're in Edwardian England. We're still gripping on to the empire. It's not breaking apart. That comes after the First and Second World War. But you have the USA, which is becoming one of the world's superpowers. And the sun is beginning to set, though nobody knows it just yet, on the British Empire. But what we have is...
Damn Yanks.
This world, the fucking
They're always
Yanks,
coming back into our conversations, aren't they?
Always, consistently. It's almost like they're like some kind of historically important superpower. I don't know. It's crazy. But we are in the age of innovation, of technological advancement. We're in the Gilded Age. There's money everywhere. People are still relatively happy. I'm not entirely sure how. You've gone from the Victorian times in which they were like prudish. You can't show. I listened to Finn versus History, that podcast, kind of in preparation for this.
Oh, so you covered it already?
Oh, it's incredible.
Wanker.
10 out of 10, stop listening to this and go listen to Finn versus History instead.
That is not the energy we need.
But in the Victorian era, there were dressings for table legs because a table leg was, it's too horny, too reminiscent of a female person, female individual's leg. And then you get the Edwardians, which have money and some kind of hope, I guess. They're all just like partying and enjoying themselves. It's all this kind of debauchery from USA and
sounds like good fun.
Rising industrial. It was fun, and it's all about to be brought to a steaming halt by the start of the First World War 2 years after this. However, just keeping that in mind, that is the setting for which a a conversation takes place.
Okay.
So the White Star Line was kind of the jewel of the British Imperial Crown, but it recently, just prior to the birth of the thought of the Titanic, it had been purchased by none other than J.P. Morgan. Have you heard of J.P. Morgan?
I feel like it's I was going to say it felt like a bit of an estate agent or something.
No, bank. Big bank, still exists today, investment bank. But it was this American tycoon who wanted to monopolise the cruising and shipping industry. He's bought the White Star Line.
Okay.
So there's a conversation between Bruce Ismay, who we'll go into depth about later, and JP Morgan. So Bruce Ismay is the chairman of the White Star Line. It was his dad that founded it before he'd sold it. And he's an interesting character because his dad wasn't from any sort of wealth or wasn't one of the upper classes of the time.
Self-built bad man.
Kind of self-built, yeah. But he'd built this shipping empire. White Star Line was incredibly successful. And all he wanted was for his son to be a gentleman in the British psyche. So he'd gone to like the best private schools and all this sort of thing. But he was viewed as new money trash in Britain, and then viewed as like an incredibly posh, landed gentry in America, where they thought, "Oh, you haven't worked for anything." So he literally didn't fit in anywhere, and I think that goes into
in the middle with you.
Here I am, stuck in a cluster fight with you.
Nice, good adaptation.
Not great there.
I don't know what you said in the middle, but.
Stuck in a classified with you. Here I am.
Subtitles below.
It's actually kind of I mean, spoiler alert, the Titanic sinks in the middle of the Atlantic.
What?
And it's kind of interesting. Yeah, I know, right? That it's his ship, his brainchild, where he's kind of stuck in the middle of the US and the UK.
Yeah, literally.
Literally, there's allegories everywhere. So a conversation happens because the White Star Line's main competitors are the Cunard Line. And the Cunard Line are kind of known for getting you there quicker, right? Yeah. So they do the crossings in the quickest amount of time. But what the White Star Line has is the luxury. They have massive ships, and they're competing. The bigger is better. They've just been bought out by an American. Always bigger is better. And so they discuss amongst each other, JP Morgan and Bruce Ismay, as how to compete with the Cunard Line. And they decide to come up with the Olympic class of ships, which are going to be the largest ships in the world.
How large are we talking?
We are talking large. In fact, I've got comparisons when we get onto it. We've got 3 paragraphs between us and the comparisons, but I put them in there because I knew you would ask me. So what is born of it is, huge ships, unparalleled in luxury. And they go to the Harland and Wolff shipyard in Belfast.
Yeah.
Belfast at this time is the industrial centre of the British Empire, one of the, if not the largest shipyard in the world. And it's going to be a project of cutting edge technology. They originally wanted this line of cruises to go between the UK and Australia.
Fucking hell.
And then someone was like, or you could take people to America, because that's what they want, charge them more, and you're not going to have any dirty criminals on board.
Just bring a coat and possibly some swimming lessons.
Yes, they really should have done that. Like your own life vest and life raft.
On the ticket, you must know how to swim, just in case.
Yes.
We have a swimming pool.
Just in case. Yeah.
Just, you never know. We don't want you to drown.
You never know. There's no lifeguards in the swimming pool.
None.
We don't have the facilities for that. So,
we trust you.
Yeah. Trust us.
Yeah. No.
And we'll trust you.
Every day of the week.
Don't ask any questions. It definitely isn't going to sink. But, just in case. Just cover your back.
We should have said all that in an Irish accent or American. Too late now, though.
Yeah, I was going to try.
There's
and I
more
was like,
story.
I'm so
There's
shit.
more story. It might
Just
come up again.
trust us.
Trust the process.
Just trust us. Yeah, so due to the shipbuilding economy, Belfast is one of the main industrial hubs of its time, and at its peak, Harland and Wolff employed more than 40,000 people. It's actually said that you didn't need an alarm clock in this city in the heyday of shipbuilding, because you would have been awoken by the army of workers heading to the yards at 6:30 every morning.
Sounds pleasant, doesn't it?
It was large. So they then decide to build this vessel, Titanic being the largest of all of them. And I think it's only marginally larger than the other two. So the other two was the Olympic and the Britannic.
Oh, have I got a story to tell you about them?
Oh, damn.
Coming up.
He's done his research today.
I've done lots of research.
So White Star Line was like, take as much money as you want to build this. So they originally commissioned the Olympic and the Titanic with a budget of £3 million, which is an awful lot of money. And the Titanic ended up costing £1.5 million in 1909, and that is the equivalent today of £180 million to then create and then sink the biggest ship in the world.
I mean, today would that like the super boats and stuff today? How much would they cost? Do you reckon? Like the big ones now.
Honestly, I think the most expensive one was like $250 million. But you could probably get more. I was thinking that myself. I was like,
for like
you're
a
going to
cruiser
build it today,
liner
it'll
or
cost so much
boat.
more money just for a super yacht.
So what do you reckon? Like the big cruise yachts are worth? Because they're me and Florence was somewhere. Maybe it was with you in Poland, and she was asking how big the Titanic was compared to like the boats now, and it is dwarfed.
Oh, building cruise ships costs anywhere between several hundred million to over $2 billion.
Yeah, man. Some of them.
For
nuts.
example, the Royal Caribbean Icon of the Seas, the largest ship, cost approximately $1.79 billion to build.
Oh, goddamn. That would be a comfortable boat.
Size of modern cruise ships versus the Titanic. Wow. Titanic's fucking tiny.
Yeah, it's nuts, isn't it?
Oh my god.
Insert picture here.
So the Titanic... Oh, so the little spoiler alert, the Titanic measured 882 feet, which is 269 meters, whereas ships like the Icon of the Seas are around 1,200 feet, 1,200 feet, 365 meters.
Mate, that's so big.
And is a lot, because it's not just longer, it's girthier. Like
it's all about the girth, isn't
compared to the Titanic. Really cool picture, actually, if you were to...
If you send me that picture... I will put it in the. I'll put it in the video.
Yeah, I'll send it to you after this.
Do that later.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it now.
No.
The engines on the Titanic were 4 times the size of a tall man. So a 6-foot man would be 4 times the size of that for the engines.
Just 24 for anyone that can't do maths.
Yes, that's many. And by 1912, work was nearly done on the colossal ship. So the first class accommodations were designed to be the pinnacle of comfort and luxury. They included a gymnasium, a swimming pool, multiple swimming pools,
make sure you can swim,
smoking rooms. Make sure you can swim, because we don't provide lifeguards and not enough lifeboats. Fine restaurants, cafes, Turkish baths, and opulent cabins. They had a radio. That's so interesting, because I'm not even the slightest bit interested in doing a modern day cruise, but to go on a Titanic, yeah, 100%, I would have done that.
It's mad, isn't it? I would love to do a cruise, but I don't like people enough.
And you're surrounded by them, and you can't get away from them.
I would be so upset by day 3.
Yeah. I'd like to do an Isle cruise.
Yeah, that's the only one your sister will do.
Yeah.
And I'd be keen on
a big
that.
Cruise. It's just like, what's the point? You're basically paying to be in a hotel in the middle of the sea. We've all seen the Poseidon Adventure.
Mate, have you seen the fucking videos that are occasionally on Instagram of bad oceans when there's cargo ships and stuff out there?
Yeah.
Fuck that, mate. What are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah. You'd just be like rolling about in your bed like, I paid thousands of pounds. And it's thousands of pounds. It's so much money.
Your surfing skills.
You're right, actually. I could just use the cargo ship like a surfboard. Extend my arms.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. Power. Pop up.
Pop up.
Pop up. Kickflip.
Kickflip. Literally, it's like you're doing a kickflip.
Ride the wave in with them dolphins and you're back in England.
and then you're back in England. I saw seals as well. I didn't say that.
That's really cool. An even cooler thing that you could have done. Did you have a Cornish pasty?
No.
Oh, you're an absolute traitor.
We had
of
the
English.
opportunity on the first day, and I was like, "Oh no, I won't, because it's unhealthy," and I regretted it.
Fuck that! They're the best thing ever.
Yeah,
You've upset me there. Continue.
I'm sorry. I did have some deep fried lasagna that was very nice.
Shout out sounds Rosie's. Awful.
Roses. Whoa!
That sounds
really nice.
Awful.
Shut up. No one agrees.
Shout out Rosie though.
Shout out Roses or Rosies or whatever it was. Roses, something like that.
So was no one else on side with that decision?
Everyone else got pasties.
Oh mate, you missed out.
Yeah, it was a bad decision.
Yeah.
So alongside all of those amenities for the first class passengers, they also had a high powered radio telegraph transmitter, and the idea is that passengers can send telegrams, but also it's for the ship's operational use, and they can still watch the football exactly, which is really important in 1912. So the Titanic had advanced safety features as well, including watertight compartments.
Did it?
We'll talk about it a bit more later on, but it was like remotely activated watertight doors. Some of them had like a ballast on the side, so if water came up and made the ballast float, it would then automatically bring the doors to a close.
Smart.
Yes, it was. And also they had remotely operated ones from the bridge. So the captain could also close these massive doors to seal off the bulkheads and stop the water from spreading along the ship. Are you not impressed
by the genius of engineering?
Yeah, 100%. And this was the pinnacle of that genius.
Pinnacle of engineering. What would you say is the biggest? What would you say the pinnacle of engineering is of all time?
Cold fusion, if we can do it.
Has that happened yet?
CERN. No, they haven't managed it.
There's something that's happened already.
But I had probably the International Space Station.
That's pretty cool. I was going to say pyramids.
I mean, yeah, that's fuck yeah, I suppose.
You can still.
We've gone to space and we've got a whole fucking floating hotel out in space.
But bro, we don't know how they made the pyramids now. How did they do it back then?
They were just, clever and had lots of people willing to work for not very much money.
But we can go to space, but we can't build a pyramid. It's wild, mate. Anyway.
It is wild.
We digress.
Capitalism is the enemy of technological advancement. What?
Who said that?
Nobody.
Was that just out of your brain?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're such a nerd, man.
These advanced safety features contributed to the ship's reputation as unsinkable. I think it was like Ships Magazine or something, which said that this is an unsinkable ship. So
you know what happens
they were
when
wrong.
You pick something up like that, don't you?
So get excited because we've got the comparisons. Titanic was 882 feet 9 inches long with a maximum breadth of 92 feet and 6 inches. Its height from the keel to the bridge was 104 feet, and it displaced, are you ready, 52,000 tons of water.
Fuck me.
Crazy.
That is a lot.
So things comparable to the length of the Titanic. So 269 metres is about 3 football fields lined up end to end.
Okay.
The Eiffel Tower is 330 metres, so the Eiffel Tower is a tiny bit taller. Or like modern jumbo jets like the Airbus A380.
Okay.
So if you see one of those, that's how big the Titanic was.
Yeah.
And it was
massive.
The largest piece of machinery ever built at the time. It was like the largest thing anyone had ever built. It was crazy large. Crazy large.
The biggest.
So, would you like a in-depth discussion on the different decks of the Titanic? Because there's 10 of them, and I can tell you what was on each of them.
Let's talk about the dicks.
So, talking about the dicks from top to bottom.
The dicks or the dicks?
The dicks. The dicks. I'm saying the dicks. There's 10 of them. 10 dicks.
What
Mate, it was all swingers.
What the porn version of Titanic would be called?
The 10 dicks. So the boat dick.
Titanic.
Is the one on the top. Titanic. On the topmost one is where the lifeboats are. It's the entrance to the first class grand staircase. You know where Rose is like chilling.
Yeah.
Big
and
mahogany staircase.
Down that. Was that a real thing?
Yes.
That's
cool.
Yeah,
real thing. They created
That's
it very very much in line with what it looked like. There's pictures and stuff. You can see all the pictures. The gymnasium was located in the midships. There was a raised roof along the first class lounge. There was a smoke room, and also the second class entrance was on this floor. There were 4 segregated promenades. So you got officers, first class passengers, engineers, and second class passengers, respectively. So they very much separated the ship according to your class and if you were a crew.
Was it even separation, like a perfect quarter?
No.
Okay, so
the first class got way better.
Peasants in the corner.
Second class don't get a lot of shout outs, to be honest with you. So the lifeboats were actually lined up along the side of the deck, except in the first class area where there was a gap so that the view would not be spoiled.
Yeah, I agree.
So they could have put more on there, and they were like, no.
Don't want to see
then
that.
You go underneath to a deck. So the entire length was 546 feet, so an awful lot of the length was this
one
deck.
Big dick.
It was exclusively reserved for the first class passengers and had the first class cabins on it, including the reading room, writing room, lounge, smoking room, and Palm Court. Palm Court's a nice restaurant.
Sounded like that would be. Do you reckon it's got a nice dance floor?
I honestly think so, yes.
Must have. You just push all the tables to the side. And you can dance all over that dick.
Disco ball, dance all over the dick.
Yes.
So B dick, the bridge dick. It was the uppermost bit of the hull, so the bit entirely out of the water. There's more first class passenger accommodations. There's 6 palatial staterooms, so the nicest first class accommodations. I'll go into depth very shortly as to how much each of the tickets cost, but there was even amongst the first class passengers, there was a massive range.
Okay.
Of how much these
cost.
So you
had that old money and that new money.
Yeah. So the old money, their staterooms, they got their own private promenades, so they got their own bit of dick to walk on.
I'd love to walk over my own dick.
It wouldn't take very long. There was an a la carte restaurant and the Café Parisien. These were luxury dining facilities for the first class passengers. They were both run by subcontracted chefs and their staff who all died, obviously. Blah, blah, blah. There's stuff about... So on this dick was the raised poop dick, and it was used as a promenade by third-class passengers. So we've got the first bit that the third-class passengers could walk along. And this dick is where the majority of the Titanic's passengers and crew made their last stand as the ship sank.
Like a big war.
So C dick, more third class promenade. Also some more first class cabins in the second class library. D dick had some more stuff for the first class passengers, as well as a second class dining saloon and an open space provided for the third class passengers. So there were cabins for all 3 classes on this level. E dick. It was mostly accommodation, but for the crew, this is for the lowest of the low. Yeah. F dick, middle dick. Again, we got more second and third class passengers, but this is where the first class bath complex was, as well as the swimming pool and the Turkish bath. G dick, it was just above the waterline, so the lowest portholes. This is where the first class squash court was.
So many
as well
dicks.
As the post office and the parcels ready. So basically, you could send parcels and letters once the ship's docked. So you could write a letter, but it's not going to be sent until you get there. So you could just send it yourself.
There's a big reason for that, I reckon.
And then the final dick is the all-op dick, and that was cargo spaces, so where people have sex in cars,
like a mythical
ship's boilers. Oh no, all-op dick.
Oh my God, it's the all-op dick.
I'm panicking. It's like some kind of like orc or something from
Yes, I like that. I was thinking exactly.
Mate, we're on a level.
I was thinking that today.
They've also got boilers, engines, turbines, electric generators, blah blah blah. All this stuff.
Oh, was that on one dick?
Been able to see. That's all on one dick. Yeah.
That sounds like an accident waiting to happen on that dick.
Honestly, I've got some kind of premonition that something might happen there.
Sounds like one explosive dick.
One very explosive dick. So yeah, these. Then it kind of like goes into depth about the different watertight doors, but I've kind of already spoken about them as either automatically or via a switch. And this buoyancy mechanism I spoke about before was if the water got up to 6 feet into the compartment, they would automatically close and seal off the compartment.
It's deep enough, to be fair, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, 6 feet is actually quite a lot. I'd probably drown in that. So then they had the 4 funnels on top.
Yeah.
The iconic 4 funnels, sorry. So only 3 of them are functional. The other one was a dummy, which is installed for aesthetic purposes. But it was also ventilation for the smoking rooms. So you could smoke indoors and the smoke would go outside.
Stink, wouldn't it?
It wouldn't smell nice because I imagine it's all like cigars.
Yeah.
And they
the pongiest.
stink. So the passenger facilities aboard the Titanic, they aim to meet the highest standards of luxury. Titanic. So the ship could accommodate up to 833 first class passengers, 614 second class, and 1,006 in third class. So that is total passenger capacity of 2,453, and then about 900 crew. So overall, it could carry 3,547 people. However,
people.
Many people like frozen little popsicles. It wasn't filled to capacity for the first sailing, though.
Right.
So it was designed with the Ritz Hotel as a reference, which was kind of a departure for how majority of cruise liners were designed. They were kind of designed in the style of a manor house or an English country house. There were a range of other decorative styles, including the Renaissance, Empire style, which I'm guessing is like, I don't know. In the film is how I guess Rose's evil husband to be, his sweet look like. However, it wasn't just the first class which had amazing luxury. It was also each of the classes would have been treated to much better conditions than they'd be able to get on any other ship.
Okay, that's fair. That's nice.
It is, isn't it? So third class passengers, whereas in other places they might just have like a bunk in a dorm.
Yeah,
you could get 2 bedrooms, 4, 6, 8, 10, and they're all nice beds, nice areas, nice food, all of this sort of thing. So they also had steam rooms. They had an electric bath. There was the Turkish bath complex comprised a hot room, a warm room, a cooling room, and 2 shampooing rooms.
Wow.
Insane.
What way round would you choose those rooms?
You'd go hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, temperate, shampooing.
And then back to where once you've shampooed?
Then you're done.
Wait, are you just bubbly at that point then? You just in loads of suds?
No. You've been cleaned and massaged at that point. What's it called when you do the? What's it called? Hammam or something? Hammam.
Hammam. Don't know.
No, I don't think that's what it's called. There's some kind of like washing massage practice. I think it's like
someone doing it for you, are they?
Yeah. Someone's doing it for you. They're like massaging
showers.
No. They're first class. They don't do anything for themselves. The Café Parisien was decorated in the style of a French pavement cafe, complete with ivy-covered trellises and wicker furniture. For an extra cost, the first-class passengers could enjoy the finest French haute cuisine in the most luxurious of surroundings. Basically, beautiful, massive dining rooms, purely luxurious.
It sounds inviting.
It's honestly very nice. I'm just skipping through things because I've managed to get through them on my own. They've got leisure facilities for people to pass the time.
Yeah.
This is quite interesting. So the passenger list was published in advance. So mothers of unmarried daughters could kind of look and see if there were any eligible bachelors on board, and then try and do some matchmaking whilst they're on there. So it wasn't just a trip like you go from London to New York. There was also, for the upper classes, it was the opportunity to network, to get yourself a husband. And then for the lower classes, it was kind of starting afresh. You weren't buying a return ticket at any point. You were just kind of going over there to start your new life in the new world.
It sounds like the making of a really good reality TV show.
Is Love Island before its time?
Mate,
Love Island on the Atlantic?
Yeah.
Love Boat on the Atlantic. Again, it just sounds like a porn film.
How much better
70s
would
porn.
Love Island be if they're on a boat and it sank?
Whoa! I love Love Island.
That's fucking awful, mate. Come on.
No, it's not. Cool. So the Titanic was equipped with 16 lifeboat davits, which is basically a crane to lower the lifeboat into the water. Each of which was capable of lowering 3 lifeboats. So there was a total capacity of 48 boats. Despite this capacity, the ship was only equipped with 20 boats. So 14 of these were the regular ones, like the wooden ones. There were 2 cutter lifeboats, which are slightly different shape. And then 4 were collapsible. Cutter. And then 4 were collapsible, and they proved difficult to launch. And there's actually a story that I'll tell later, but of one of them getting overturned. So when you don't have many to begin with, when you lose one from it just like fucking just falling over, is not ideal.
That could have saved some lives.
It certainly could. So altogether, if the lifeboats were used to capacity, they could have held 1,178, which is roughly half the number of the passengers and crew on board. And a third of the number that they could have carried at full capacity. This was consistent with the maritime safety regulations of the era. So the way that they used to do the maritime safety regulations was based on the tonnage of the ship.
Right.
So a ship of 10,000 tons, which is how much the Titanic was weighed, was only had to carry 14 lifeboats. So they actually carried more than required, which meant that there was extra space for 338 people. So there's a guy, there's a little story. So there's a guy, Tommy Miller, and he worked in the shipyard. And in January of 1912, his wife dies of tuberculosis, leaving behind him and 2 sons.
Shit.
And he decides that the best thing for a family is to start a new life in the USA. In America. So he decides to quit his job at the shipyard and get a job as an engineer on the White Star Line. And he is unsurprisingly assigned to go on Titanic's maiden voyage. So what he'd do is his boys, he gave them to his sister, their aunt, to look after. And he's in Belfast and he gives them each a couple of pennies and he says to them, don't spend these until I get back. Because he was going to go over on his first voyage, set up their life in America, come back on a return voyage, get his boys, and then off they go to their new life. So now we move on to...
Drum roll, please.
The timeline of the Titanic. So we are at the 14th of April... we're not at the 14th of April. We're on the 10th of April. 10th of April, 1912. So the passengers numbered approximately 1,300 people. So you got 324 in first class, 284 in second class, and 709 in third class. Of these, 66% were male and 34% were female.
Does that include women, children, I guess?
So there were 107 children on board.
Okay.
So 447 women, 107 children. The majority of these were in the third class. So, yeah, very much under capacity. Normally, a high prestige vessel like the Titanic could expect to be fully booked for its maiden voyage. However, there had been a national coal strike. More of the fucking strikers, man. Where was Maggie Thatcher when you needed her?
Bring her in.
Get her in.
Put her on the Titanic and let her sing along.
Yeah, put her on the Titanic.
Silly bitch.
So there were considerable disruption to the shipping schedules, and it caused many crossings to be cancelled. So many of the passengers who had bought tickets decided to postpone their travel plans until the strike was over.
Okay.
There's also this contemporary fad for high society in which, to show off how much money you have, you'd buy a ticket without having any intention of actually getting on board. So there were a couple of people in first class who would have bought a ticket just for the prestige and then just never would have gone. The owner of the Titanic, JP Morgan, was scheduled to travel on the maiden voyage, but he cancelled last minute. Also on board the ship, it's like 9/11.
Yeah.
It's like Mark Wahlberg.
He planted that iceberg there.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Bush did the iceberg.
Bush did 1911. What year are we in?
Yeah, 1912. So Bruce Ismay, who is the chairman or managing director of White Star Line, he's on board, as well as the designer of the Titanic, Thomas Andrews. So he was there to observe any problems and just to assess the general performance of the new ship.
Was Mr. Andrews in the film?
Yeah. So it's when they come in.
Mr. Andrews.
He comes in and he's like, and Ismay's like, this ship's unsinkable, and he's like, this ship's made of iron, and I assure you it will sink. That's Andrews.
That is Andrews.
It can sink, and it will.
Was the captain's name the same?
Smith, Edward Smith.
And okay, was that his name in the film?
I don't know. I don't remember. Okay. But he looks very similar.
Andrews was 100% in the film.
Yeah. Mr. Andrews. Oh, I'm panicking now.
I'm panicking. I'm going to lose my job.
So, would you like to know how much it cost?
Oh, can I have a guess in each class, please?
I only have first and third.
That's fine. That's fine.
For
we
third
can bin
first. Second. Yeah, the second's just not important.
I'm just trying to think about how money would have worked back then, so I don't jump the gun. I want to say,
one do you want?
Is it dollars or pounds?
So it's in pounds.
I want to say like £7.
Yeah.
Bang on.
£7 and 5 shillings for third class.
Right, now so first.
Do you want the equivalent?
Yes, please. Sorry, yeah.
Because it's mental. So how much do you think that will cost in like modern day money to get to New York as a third class passenger?
What, today on an aeroplane?
Yeah.
500 quid?
Yeah, it was £900 today.
Fuck. Third class?
Yeah, third class.
One way?
That's
some madness. Yeah, well, it was only halfway. Did they get halfway?
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. I mean, no, to be fair, if you survived, you got all the way.
Step right up for a halfway ticket on the Titanic.
We'll drop you off right by the iceberg.
First class.
Sightseeing. Yeah, first class. So there's a range here. So the cheapest first class, guess that first.
£50.
Too much. Half it.
£25.
Take off 10%.
£22.50.
23 quid. So in today's money,
that's on the lowest of the first class. That's going to be £2,000, 2,300.
£2,900.
Fuck me, mate.
And then for the most expensive first class suites,
70. No, I've gone way high. £38.
You need to go so much higher.
Is it at horse?
Times by 10.
£400.
Double it.
£800.
£870. Guess how much that is in today's money?
32 grand.
Double it.
Why is this happening to me? 64,000.
Make it easier. Triple it.
And what did I say originally? Sorry.
30. Say 33.
33.
Triple it.
99.
109,000. £109,000 in today's money.
I am not often speechless, but I don't think I have anything to say.
£100,000 for a half-away trip. Yeah, insane.
One-way ticket to nowhere.
And people were buying these tickets with no intention of turning up.
Fuck me, that is some money then.
Yeah, it is big money.
Yeah.
So the maiden voyage began on Wednesday, the 10th of April in 1912. The crew gathered on the deck at 8 o'clock for a safety inspection. So a member of the British Border Trade was there to basically see this presentation happen because it was part of the regulations. So they demonstrated how to lower the lifeboats, and he leaves that satisfied that element was taken care of, but he does advise that there should be 50% more lifeboats on board. Even 50% more still would not have covered every single person,
So
like passenger
mad.
and crew. But there's no more time to get any more lifeboats on board. So they just go.
Off. Could we get one on, sir? Nah.
Can we just get one more? I'd actually kind of like to survive.
I don't know if we've got the time for one.
Because the idea of these lifeboats isn't they don't see them being used in a situation in which
unsinkable, mate.
It just sinks. They think what's going to happen is there's going to be another ship close by and they're able to ferry passengers. So that's the idea of the lifeboats, is that you get people off. The ship is, if it is sinking or something, it's not sinking quickly, or there's some kind of issue that it can't carry on. And then you get some on, taxi, come back, get some more on, all this sort of thing. They don't think, oh, the ship's going to go down and we're going to have to get absolutely everybody on board.
Right.
So the passengers begin to arrive at 9:30, but there's a staggered arrival depending on your class. So the third class, because they're the most numerous, they have to arrive first.
Yeah, get them all
and they get on. Yeah. Then the second class, then the first class. And the first class can get on up to an hour before departure, and it leaves at noon.
Damn.
So they're getting there at 11. The first class are getting personally greeted by Captain Smith. So Captain Smith is a very popular captain in the White Star Line who's been working there for 30 years, and he's nicknamed the Millionaire's Captain due to his demeanour with the first class passengers. He's very good at charming them.
He sounds like a charming man.
He's a charming man. The third class passengers, because they are using this as an opportunity to emigrate to the USA, because of the USA customs procedures, they have to have a medical screening before they get on to make sure they haven't got any illnesses or, just ugly or fat, because it wasn't quite as fat then as it was as it is now. And also they didn't want to, the White Star Line didn't want to have to carry these people over for them to get rejected. They can't leave them stateless, as it were, so they'd have to take them back with them. Right. So it would have been, double. They would have got 4 times the amount of travelling on the Titanic than they actually managed to get.
So you had to pay, if you'd have to pay to go back?
I think they would have just put them on. I don't think they would have done. Or they might have had to have paid, but they were thinking they would have been full. So maybe they just we don't want to have to take these people. Okay. So 920 passengers boarded at Southampton. They then went to Cherbourg in France to pick up some, and then Queenstown in Ireland. So it went from Southampton
to Ireland.
France to Ireland, and then off again.
Right.
So at midday, the ship set sail, but it's already a fucking calamitous start.
Oh, no.
So it's pulled out of its berth by a tugboat, and then when it starts up its massive engines, the power of the engines is so strong that it actually snaps the nearby mooring of a ship called the New York, and the New York used to be one of the biggest ships in the world. So this Titanic is even bigger. And because it's now been snapped, apparently it sounded like a gunshot when the moorings were snapped.
Tension would be absolutely wild.
Honestly, I can't imagine it. Or the power of
you kind
propellers.
of see in the film when the cables snap to keep those bollards up. Mate, if that clips you on the
people just get cut in half.
That's how Achilles got his nickname.
Yeah, what? Because his tendon snapped.
No, I don't know what I was going to say now.
Yeah, Achilles got his the Achilles heel got its nickname from the Titanic. That's what I heard.
Yeah, you just you stunted my thought process for a second.
Shit, process.
The process.
My process was stunted. So the New York then begins to drift towards the Titanic's stern, and it looks as though it's going to collide just minutes into his maiden voyage. Even worse. I don't think it would have been as famous though.
No,
but it would have been even more ironic.
The film would have been harder to make, but the story would still be fucking epic.
Alanis Morissette on the side.
Though. Yeah.
A little too ironic. No, I think the third class would have still died.
Yeah, they're just
people holding them under. Let's make this tragedy.
Quick, throw the rocks.
It's a buoyancy aid. Shit, it's made of concrete. So Captain Smith, however, acts quickly. So he orders the port propeller to be put into reverse, doing a little like shong. Yeah. And then another tugboat throws a line to the New York, and it manages to reverse or slow down its trajectory into the Titanic side. So eventually they get the New York under control, and the Titanic is safely away. This delays the sailing of the Titanic by about 45 minutes.
Fuck's sake. That's actually not bad.
Again, you just don't know, depending on the journey itself, whether either they would have... if it had been 45 minutes earlier, would they have missed the iceberg?
I see what
would they have gone a different way? All of these sorts of things. Also, they were under pressure. Or it's not known if they were under pressure.
Get that boat moving. Get that boat moving to America. You're under pressure.
So it's not known whether Ismay did put pressure on Captain Smith to try and get the Titanic over to America quicker because it wanted to basically break records.
Yeah.
Like they say in the film, if they weren't already under this 45-minute, like already they were behind. Do you think he would have had the same pressure or what? Pressure. Breaking down on me. So the 11th, 12th, and 13th, they sail through uncharacteristically calm waters, and as is said in the film, that's bad because you can't see the breaking of the waves against the icebergs.
Big ice rocks.
Really hard to see.
Yeah.
Because obviously you're in the middle of the Atlantic. There's no fucking lights in the Atlantic, so you can't see the icebergs until they're a lot closer if there is no like breaking of the waves, basically.
Apologies if you've said this and I've missed it, but what is the length of this journey?
It's meant to be 6 to 7 days. They want to try and get it done in 6 days.
We're 3 days in now, are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're 3 days in.
Yeah.
So the Titanic is like a party. We've already said it's like a networking opportunity. The third classes are having everyone's having a great time. They're making full use of the leisure facilities available to them. Absolutely everyone. There's great food. The commercialized refrigerators have just kind of been a thing. So they've got all this fresh, nice food that they wouldn't have had before. Cold beer. What I found interesting is apparently the third classes were locked up at night. This is for disease control.
Fair
enough. You see it in the film.
Those horny bastards. Yeah, you do. Yeah.
And that's true. They did actually have iron bars kind of locking them in so that they didn't kind of go around spreading disease amongst each other and amongst the other passengers.
This is where the AIDS pandemic would have started, isn't it?
It's literally Freddie Mercury in the third classes. Breaking down on me.
I've got that AIDS to you again on Titanic. Let's do anal.
A second lifeboat test is scheduled for Sunday the 14th. I think what this means is it was going to be a demonstration not just for the crew but also for the passengers.
Yeah.
So that everybody knew where the lifeboats were and what to do in the event that it starts sinking. But Captain Smith decides to cancel this in favour of a lengthy church ceremony instead.
Fair enough. Praise the Lord. And all that. Was it on a Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday.
Fair enough then.
It's the Lord's Day. You can't do a safety presentation on the Lord's Day.
How dare you be safe on the day of the Lord?
It's not good enough, really. So most passengers, they think the idea of this ship sinking is absolutely unfathomable. So the the actual state-of-the-art safety system of these transverse bulkheads, and they divide the ship into 16 compartments. The idea is that if 4 of them flood completely, they can shut them off and the ship can still remain afloat. So that's why Shipbuilder magazine dubs it as unsinkable. Even Thomas Andrews, Mr. Andrews, is concerned that they should carry enough lifeboats for everybody on board, but Ismay refutes the idea, and he's not concerned enough to push the matter further. Even on the Sunday afternoon, Andrews tells another passenger that the Titanic is as nearly perfect as human brains can make her. So everyone's living life.
They're not far off of that assumption, are they, really?
It's
an impressive feat.
Incredibly safe, incredibly... Yeah. It's insane. It's just, there's just a series of things that happen that should not have happened.
No, it's probably not built to fight an iceberg, is it?
Well, interestingly, it is.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's not skip ahead then.
So when you're on the Atlantic, it's quite a rare experience for those on board. I think for us now it would be really weird because there are days and days where you don't see anything or anyone. There's no land mass, there's no other ships that you can see in the area you are, just in this expanse of water.
Yeah.
Like I said, completely dark at night. So the ship's lookouts didn't have binoculars or anything because apparently binoculars are when you already know where something is and then you use binoculars to kind of like have a look closer.
Okay.
But at night, you're not going to see it until it's kind of upon you, and at that point there's no use using binoculars. Also, it might have slowed down the transmission of the message because it's like you then get the binoculars out when you've already seen it with your own eyes. Just be like, fuck, that's a massive iceberg. And
she's a big one.
Maybe we should move. So on Sunday morning, Captain Smith receives the first warnings of icebergs ahead, and it is a telegram from the Cunard line Coronia. So that's further ahead. It's westbound, so it's going further towards the USA. And it reports icebergs, growlers and sea ice.
No one wants them growlers.
Those growlers, I mean, in every sense of the word, not something that's ideal. So it's a very small floating chunk of ice that breaks off from a glacier or ice shelf. It's less than 2 meters long. And these fragments are a hazard because their low height makes them difficult to detect visually. And their hard, rocky consistency can cause damage to ships. So that's why they're not good. You can't really see them that well, and they can be a bit of a nuisance, but they're much smaller. They're bits of iceberg, basically.
They're as cold as ice.
A fucking frozen, frigid growler.
That frigid growler, dude.
That frigid growler.
Oi, mate, she had fucking right frigid growler. She had a
fucking frigid growler, that. So at noon, a second telegram from the RMS Baltic says that they are passing icebergs and large quantity of sea ice. The telegram reads, "Wish you and the Titanic all success." So there's ships ahead reporting that there are icebergs. Iceberg, dead ahead.
Nice, again.
So 2 hours later, Captain Smith shows this message to Ismay. And for some reason, he decides to put it in his pocket. And then later that afternoon, he shows it to 2 ladies who are promenading along the deck, seemingly unperturbed about it. So he's like, "Hey, look what I just got sent. There's some icebergs coming up."
Oh, so darling, cut your falling note and put it in your pocket. Guess what is coming up today?
It's -1 degree and 100% chance of growlers. Maybe that's why I did it. Show us your growler, love. So it is claimed later that Ismay put pressure on Smith to maintain speed in order to get to New York in record time. So that evening, the evening of the 14th, Smith attends a dinner which is put on in his honour by the wealthiest guests on board. At 9:25, he then goes to bed and he leaves his second in command in charge, who is First Officer Murdoch. I think it's Murdoch. It says later. Yes, it is Murdoch. It says in the sentence underneath. So by now, the air temperature is 1 degree above freezing.
Okay.
Very cold.
Plenty warm enough.
So an hour later, the crew on the bridge hear 3 rings from the bell on the lookout tower. So immediately, 3 rings is fuck. We're going down. I'm yelling,
Iceberg!
You better move.
Move that boat now.
Dance. Move the boat. So William Murdoch, who's the first officer on the bridge, he's in charge. He rings up to the crow's nest, to Frederick Fleet, who's sitting there in his little basket, like,
this fucking idiot shout at me like I'm a fucking crow.
So Frederick then confirms it is the report of an iceberg that he's ding-a-ling-ling. Iceberg dead ahead. Iceberg dead ahead. So then William Murdoch makes... This isn't the first, it's probably like the 3rd or 4th mistake of this journey. He orders the Titanic to turn hard to starboard and put some of the engines in reverse thrust to reduce the speed. So applying the reverse thrust...
Do you know which way starboard is?
It's left. It's left. Starboard is left.
I thought port was left.
No, port's right.
You sure?
Starboard's left.
Have I been lied to all my life?
Starboard is hard left. Go on, look it up. I'll wait.
I know. I don't doubt you. I'm just
look it up.
Port is the left-handed side of a vessel.
What?
You're wrong.
I am wrong.
Do you know why? This is what I got told, which then made me doubt. Supposedly, when they were drinking the port, they would pass the port left.
Oh.
That might be a complete bullshit lie, but...
Starboard versus port. Starboard is the right side of the building, and the port is the left. So I was right. Wait,
port,
what did I say?
You said
left?
starboard left. Starboard left.
No, I am very wrong. I am very wrong, and I was so sure I was right.
And that left, I was right.
Yeah.
You know
I was incorrect.
I think that's probably the first time I proved you wrong in 8 years, nearly. So
I hate that so much.
I've got to win.
And I said it with such confidence.
Have that.
Hard right turn.
Hard right, especially in this day and age, mate.
Hard right. So far right. This is Germany in 1939. They have swung that round in a Hitler salute. Ironically, the reverse thrust gives the Titanic less maneuverability. Stay with me.
You could turn that boat on Hitler's moustache, mate.
Yeah, so this last minute swerve is not enough to avoid a collision. So he avoids direct contact, but subjects the vessel to something much worse, because in fact the hull was designed according to contemporary maritime practice that when encountering icebergs, you're supposed to absorb the impact head on.
That would make sense.
So if they would have done that, they would have broken the iceberg. You would have squished the hull, and I think about 80 firefighters sleeping in the front of the hull would have died.
Okay.
But you would have maintained the integrity of the hull. It's built to hit icebergs dead on.
Yeah, right, okay.
But what they did, 80 compared to 1,500. What they did instead was expose the entire side of the. So if they're turning right, it would have been the right side.
No, left.
Right. It would have the turning right.
They turn right.
It would have been the left side. So the port side.
Oh shit! You've got me now. Yeah, the port side. Yeah.
There's people listening to this like, what the fuck are they on about?
Who are these two fucking idiots?
The left side basically took a blow on the dick.
That left dick.
They got a blowjob from the iceberg. They got railed hard. Should have put it on OnlyFans. Didn't. They did not monetize that content.
It's like a blowjob with a closed mouth, isn't it?
Yeah, just with teeth. No lips, just teeth.
Blowjob from a vampire. I want to sink your ship.
So, the iceberg scrapes along the side of the hull, and shards of ice are deposited on the deck. The worst of the damage, however, is below the waterline because obviously, as we know, what's one thing we all know about icebergs?
They're fucking huge underneath the water there, boy.
Underneath the water, they are quite large. So many of the passengers are awoken by an unfamiliar sound. One thinks that they're already somehow at port. One who survived the Great San Francisco earthquake was like, fuck, it's another earthquake. The Germans are back.
Right, they haven't arrived
yet. The Germans
have
hadn't come yet. It still hasn't come from that one ball.
No.
One passenger also describes it like a giant finger dragging along the ship.
It's like could you imagine like a, what is it, across a chalkboard? People say it was a horrible
fingernails
sound.
Across a chalkboard.
Yeah, well, we're way
that
too young
on
to have ever heard
steroids.
that, but yeah.
Horrendous. So the crockery in the kitchen is rattling in the cupboards. Crockery's getting rattled, basically. At this time,
rattled that crockery last night. You know what I mean, boy? Fucking smashed that crockery's back doors in, didn't I?
You fucking did. That's what the iceberg did, anyway. And at this point, nobody knows that the Titanic is going to sink. It's not good. The noise subsides, and many of the passengers go back to sleep. Some passengers go out onto the dick.
Dick time.
To see what the commotion was about. So on the third class dick, the majority of the ice that has been deposited is where the majority of the ice was deposited, and they have spontaneous snowball fights.
Why
that
not?
Is shown.
That sounds.
Is it as well? Yeah, in the film.
Oh, I must have missed that.
Where do you they're like in the car.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, they're like,
earthquake,
and then they go out onto the dick, and there's all those people throwing ice, and you can tell from their ragged appearance that they are poor people.
Of course. Where do you rank Titanic in your favourite movies?
Oh, yeah, because you said it was your favourite.
It is definitely in my top 3.
I'd put it might sneak into the top 10. It is a very good film, full of nostalgia.
It's just amazing.
Highest grossing film for a long time, before Avatar came along.
It's all that Mr. Cameron, though, isn't it?
300 front kicked it. Apparently, James Cameron only does films so that he can fund his
deep sea
exploration.
I'll get onto his deep sea exploration a little bit later on.
Man, I can't wait to hear this. So Captain Smith arrives on the bridge, but he is too late to have even seen the iceberg that they hit. So he summons ship design Mr. Andrews. He goes, Mr. Andrews.
Mr. Andrews.
Mr. Andrews arrives.
You've missed the iceberg.
You've missed the iceberg. I missed the iceberg. He arrives to the bridge, and then together they head to the lower decks to look for any signs of damage and any leaks. Less than 10 minutes after hitting the iceberg, several compartments are already under 14 feet of water. They make their way past... I'll explain why they did not do well. So they go past the mailroom, already flooded. Leonardo DiCaprio is in one of them, chained to a pipe. He's like, help me. Yeah, old axe hand. The squash courts are now resembling a swimming pool. So although the transverse bulkheads have actually done what they were supposed to do, they prevented the water from going into further compartments. 5 compartments are already independently flooding with water from damage to the hull. So the largest gash from the Growlers in the side, the growling gashes, is 12 meters.
The growling gash caused a gush.
Yes, it was gushing in from the growling gash at 12 meters flap.
Did you just say flap?
I did. 12 meters flap on the dick.
Oh,
the dick's been penetrated.
Been 12-meter flap
by a 12-meter gash flap.
Oh, good God.
Oh, okay. So as we've already said, the ship can float with 4 compartments flooded. Andrew confirmed, but not 5.
You tickled my
flaps. The fate of the Titanic is sealed. I assure you, sir. She's made of iron. She can't sink.
Nice.
So, yeah, the issue is with the bulkheads. The bulkheads are doing their job in stopping the water from spreading, but they were designed with the idea that there would be one gash penetrated into the dick.
Yeah.
Not multiple. So because it took
a dick can only handle one gash.
one growler at a time. So because it scrapes along the entirety of the hole, there's so many gashes that it's filling up. The holes cannot be plugged in time. Any holes are gone. The Iceberg took that seriously. It's a gangbang from an Iceberg.
No.
People
the only ever solo gangbang of all time. It's just that many gashes.
I'm literally crying.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Might have to take my
Back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity.
Got me hot.
Because this is not good. So within 25 minutes of the impact from the iceberg, Smith orders all the lifeboats to be readied and all the passengers to be brought to the deck. Fuck, dick. But not all the passengers are willing to be roused from sleep, because in their heads there's this cognitive dissonance, which is a phrase I just learnt, that the ship is unsinkable. So the cognitive dissonance is that they have an idea in their head and reality contradicts that idea, but they don't want to believe it. As we've already said, there's only enough lifeboats for roughly half the people on the ship.
First come, first serve, I reckon.
Well, not quite. So the procedure of the filling of the lifeboats is chaotic at best. So on one side, the evacuation is led by Officer Lightoller. What a name.
Solid name.
He says only women and children are allowed on the boats. Unfortunately, this means that the half-empty boats are being lowered into the sea. Whereas on the other side led by Murdoch, men are taking up spaces. So Lightoller like, only when the last of the women and children are off can men start getting on.
So the women and children boats weren't being filled up with other women and children?
No, because at some
point you run out of women and children, right?
In the vicinity near the front of the queue.
Yeah.
Because already it's the vast majority are men anyway.
And going back, I have been listening. I occasionally do. How many of the women and children are on deck 3 or class first? They're
they're in third class
and locked in.
Yeah, exactly. So there's actually not that many in the surrounding area. A lot of people, because at that point in time, you can't see the ship sinking. It's only later that it starts to list to the side. Yeah. So the thought process is, so I could get into this flimsy little wooden lifeboat, and the vast majority of women were married. I could leave my husband behind, get into this flimsy little lifeboat in the middle of the Atlantic, or I could just stay on here where it seems safe with my husband for a bit longer. Boat. It's fucking unsinkable, mate. You're not getting it's unsinkable.
Come on, mate. Why are you panicking? We're on an unsinkable boat right now.
Don't panic. We're fine. Panicking. I'm really panicking now.
I'm going to lose my life.
So, as a result, many of the lifeboats leave less than half full. In one instance, there's only 12 people on board, and the boats could carry up to 60.
Wild.
Here's another thing. So, we're like 5-6 mistakes in at this point. So, the SS Californian is only 20 miles away. The Titanic starts sending up flares as their distress signal, but the SS Californian crew dismiss them as fireworks. And by the time Captain Smith has their wireless operator send out a plea for aid, the Californian's operator has already gone to bed, so they don't get the message.
Jesus.
So they just fuck off. They're gone.
That's an interesting tidbit. I never knew that.
Why do the distress signals look like fireworks?
They're having a great time. Look at those constant stream of one red light coming.
There's just one singular red.
That's strange. Good fireworks.
Is that Nah, it's just a firework. It's unsinkable, mate.
Look at them fucking idiots on the Titanic having a firework party.
They're having a fucking firework party, are they?
One fucking firework they've got.
Must be having a great time.
Shit,
just
November fucking 11th, mate, or 6th. What is it?
5th. Remember the 5th of November. Gunpowder, treason and plot.
I see no reason why gunpowder treason
should ever be forgot.
Nice.
Doesn't make sense. So it takes 1.5 hours for the lifeboats to be filled and lowered. Obviously, they're not fully filled. By this point, the propellers are already visible due to the tilting of the ship. So the ship is starting to tilt, and the back of it is starting to come out of the water. Those the crew that were involved in lowering the life rafts at this point know that they're not likely to survive.
They're going down.
Some passengers turned down a place in a lifeboat. So Ida Strauss refuses to leave her husband Isidore. He is the owner of Macy's. So it's not, it's like the old couple as the water rushes in, all this.
Yeah.
So she's like, I'm not going to abandon my husband, so I won't get on the lifeboat. We'll die together. Benjamin Guggenheim, who is one of the ship's wealthiest passengers, and he's an American businessman, arrives on Dick in his best evening clothes, announcing that he would like to die like a gentleman.
Margie.
So cool. However, not all passengers are so gracious in the face of their demise. So one man grabs a seat on the lifeboat disguised as a woman. And perhaps more controversially, chairman of the White Star Line, Brian Ismay, takes a seat on the lifeboat. So everyone else, Andrews, Captain Smith, the officers that were organising, all the crew, they're still on board.
Good for them.
And he's like, not me. Because you see it in the film. He just kind of like gets on and he's like,
ship.
And now I'll put my hands up and surrender. They're like,
the flashing water's gonna blow my back door.
Through a gash that's 12 meters wide.
Nice.
Thank you. I will go down on this dick.
And then I will get my gash out. He'll remember.
There will be many, 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 many growlers.
Fuck's sake. Oh, we need to stop going back there, man.
It's just too good. It's just too good. Okay, so at 2 a.m, the last lifeboats have been lowered and Captain Smith addresses the men that are remaining on the Titanic. You can do no more, he tells them. Now it is every man for themselves. Some of them leap into the water and start swimming. The band has stopped playing at this point at 2 a.m. It was an 8-member band on the Titanic led by Wallace Hartley. So they played music for the passengers during the sinking to help calm nerves and maintain order. All members of the band perished with the ship. There are 1,600 people still on board. So
good gig.
700 on lifeboats out of a possible sort of like 1,200.
Do you reckon the ones on the lifeboats were looking back, listening to the music, having a little sway?
Yeah, just having a little jig. Yeah, exactly.
It's like a drive-through.
Yeah.
Not a drive-through. What are those films called when you're watching it from the outside?
Oh, drive-in.
A drive-in.
Yeah. So a few minutes later, a steward passes the first-class smoking room and he finds Thomas Andrews alone. His life jacket is discarded beside him. And he's like, are you going to make a chance out of it? A chance of it? For it? I don't know. I can't remember exactly. I didn't write it down. But Andrews is too lost in his own thoughts to respond. At 12:18 a.m., the Titanic's lights go out. By now, the bow of the ship... Huh?
Bedtime.
Go to bed. Go to bed now.
Right, time to go to bed now.
No, I won't have it. No, what did I tell you? Go to bed. By now, the bow of the ship is underwater. The whole vessel tilts at an angle of 20 degrees.
Okay.
Eventually, the strain proves too much, and with a deafening crack, the ship breaks in two. It then smashes back to the surface of the water, floating there for a few moments in two separate sections before the bow, followed by the stern, sinks into the water.
Crazy.
So those that survived the sinking of the Titanic by diving into the water now had some bigger issues to contend with. Not only the growlers surrounding them everywhere and the shards of Dick, but the water temperature was 2 degrees, which is cold enough to kill a human within half an hour.
Ugh.
So from the lifeboat, survivors look out onto the scene. They're in near total darkness. What they can hear are the screams of their fellow survivors in the water, and they can hear them slowly start to go quiet. Many of the boats have plenty of room on board, and this is where you get fierce debates starting amongst the people that have survived. Some people want to go back and try and save the survivors. Some do go back in, but a lot of them stay back because they're worried about being swamped by desperate people. So loads more, I think 500 more people could have been saved from the water if they had all gone back in. Because
You
there
don't
were
want
that
a smelly
many.
peasant on your boat, do you?
Yeah, exactly.
I've
What are
got my
these,
bag
like,
on this seat. I can't sit here, mate.
ugly, dirty, smelly immigrants? No,
Yeah.
thank you.
Whoa.
So Lifeboat 1 has just 12 people on board.
Yeah.
One suggests that they attempt to rescue, but after discussion and the exchange of money from one of the wealthy passengers, they decide to stay away.
There you go.
So
throw money at it, mate.
Lifeboat 1 is majority crew members and then just a few of the wealthier passengers. So in total, 705 passengers survived, 1,500 people are killed or
Wild.
die. The vast majority of those die from hypothermia, not drowning. 500 more people could have been saved, even with the limited lifeboats. So, some statistics for
That's
you. Survival rates vary depending on your class of ticket. 61% of first class passengers survive.
Yep.
42% from second class. And 24% from steerage make it back to dry land. Does that add up? It doesn't.
Numbers.
Make it 27, that adds up.
Make it 27.
No, wait. We don't want it to add up. What? 61%?
No, add up,
I just tried to add them up. Idiot. Idiot.
That was Barton maths.
Wow, that was bad from me. 75% of the crew go down with the ship. So Smith, Murdoch, and designer Andrews all go down with the ship. So women and children had the highest rate of survival. 75% of women and 50% of children survive, whereas only 20% of the men survived. So it was really the age of chivalry.
Nuts. Yeah.
It was just British men just going like, no, please. No,
you
after
go.
you.
You go.
No, after you.
And now what would the response be?
Get me in there.
And the women would all be like, oh, I'm a feminist. I do not need to get on this boat first. You get on the boat.
Apparently there were women campaigning for suffrage on the boat. And it was like, wait. It was on the Finn versus History podcast. And they were like, maybe they should have waited until afterwards to try and fight for their rights. Because 75% of women survived. They could have, just wait till afterwards to fight your corner. I think some things you deal with the patriarchy for the pure reason that in survival situations, men let you go first.
But look what they died for.
Yeah, too right. Emmeline Pankhurst, your daughter's namesake, yeeting herself in front of the king's horse. So some crew members managed to clamber onto one of the collapsible lifeboats that had been overturned. Okay. So after they jumped into the water before the ship sank, they scrambled up on top and then kind of sat there shivering on the boat. I was like, something's not right in that sentence I just said. Sat there shivering.
Fucking hell, mate. It's only been here half an hour. You shitting on the boat.
Jesus, shitting everywhere. Mate, can you stop laying frozen shits everywhere, please? So some of them still died of hypothermia due to the cold air, and many got frostbite.
Should have got naked and cuddled.
That's what I heard is the best way to deal with it.
Yeah.
So one of the crew members on this boat recounted his final moments with Captain Smith, who remained on post on the bridge until the end. So the water had already reached up to their knees on the bridge. The last lifeboat was about 20 feet away from the ship, and the crew were still around him. Smith turned to them and said, "Well, boys, you've done your duty and you've done it well. I release you and you know the rule of the sea. It's every man for himself now. God bless you."
God bless.
At 4 a.m., the rescue ship, the Carpathia, arrives, reaching survivors. So when they had the wireless operator sending out emergency rescue, please for help.
Beep, 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 beep. You good?
They're having a fireworks party. Oh shit! No, they're sinking.
I thought you were having earache.
No. So it was 58 miles away when the Titanic began sinking, and that's when they were like, "Oh, we're about 4 hours away." And he was like, "We have 2."
We have 2.
So within 2 hours from when it got hit, that's when it sank. So they had 2 hours, and then they were in the water. They crew of the Carpathia had shut down the boiler and the heating system to give as much power to the engines as possible to get them there quicker, but they were still too late to save the majority of passengers. Yeah. So it was about 2 hours after it sank before they got there, and obviously the majority of the 1,500 people are frozen people popsicles by them.
Nice cold ice cube.
Nice cold ice cubes. You could put them in your whiskey. They're just floating around lifelessly in the ocean, surrounded by debris from the ship. Roses floating by on a door. Come back. Even those on the lifeboats were half frozen, so they were brought on board hastily. The Carpathia was not as luxurious as the Titanic, but the passengers on board readily gave up their beds and their clothing to the survivors.
Good for them.
It is very nice, offering up comfort and solace to the traumatized survivors. 4 days later, the smaller vessel docks in New York. It's a cold and rainy evening, but the ship arrives to a hero's welcome. There's press there. There's tens of thousands of people who have gathered to greet the survivors like celebrities. So the press vilify Bruce Ismay for his decision to get on a lifeboat, dubbing him Brute Ismay and the coward of the Titanic.
I like it.
He's fired from the White Star Line board, and he flees to rural Ireland, never able to live down his reputation for not going down with the ship, declaring that he never wants to see a ship again and how I loved them so.
Coward.
Prick.
Weasel. Absolute weasel.
The day after the Carpathia docks, the room in a nearby hotel, the Astoria, is turned into a congressional hearing.
Okay.
And they aim to get to the bottom of the tragedy. Over the next 6 weeks, more than 80 witnesses give testimony. And as a result, the recommendation is that each ship carry enough lifeboats for each of the passengers on board. Revolutionary thinking there.
Who would have thunk it?
Who'd have thunk it? And then, always late to the party, a month later, the British Board of Trade gives its own recommendations for changes of legislation in the UK, overturning rules that have been in place since 1894, because previously, as I said, the lifeboat numbers required by legislation were done based on the tonnage of the ship rather than the amount of passengers. Yeah. So the fact that the lifeboat drill had been cancelled by Smith was also pointed to as a huge contributing factor for the chaos of the disembarking of the passengers, because they simply didn't know what the process. Nobody knew what the process was because they just thought it couldn't happen. Between the 22nd of April and the 15th of May, several ships went back to the accident site, disaster site.
Crash will do.
To recover the bodies. A total of 328 bodies were found floating in the area.
It's like a shit version of Dunkirk, isn't
it? Or is Dunkirk a shit version of the Titanic? Yeah, I think.
No, because they brought everyone back alive, didn't they?
True. I just thought you meant all the dead bodies in the water. Very true. Bring our boys home. Tommy Miller's 2 boys had the news of their father's demise broken to them. They still had the pennies in their pocket that they had promised not to spend until their father's return. 110 years later, the pennies still hadn't been sent. They'd been passed down as family heirlooms.
That's pretty cool.
Many of the families had to confront the reality not only of losing loved ones, but also all of their possessions on board. Because these people were moving to start a new life. Apparently some manuscripts, like first edition Shakespeare plays, were on there. Entire art collections were on there.
Got lost in the luggage department.
Yes, with the car. I've got another little of my own little thoughts to sum it up. A couple of sentences. This story gives us a glimpse of a time period of great technological and industrial advancements, but also the cruel inevitability of the social class system and the unfairness of the divide. It is an allegory of hubris, the largest ship in the world, the most luxurious, carrying the wealthiest and the poorest alike, a seemingly unsinkable ship that sinks a few days into its maiden voyage. Why can't we be friends? Oh.
Beautifully said. My gosh!
Go on the dick.
Beautifully done. Copyright strike that one.
It was nothing like the original, and I will take that to court. There'll be similar notes there. Though thus concludes the history of the Titanic, the Growlers and the Dicks. Yeah.
I do like it.
So on to how you would have done it differently.
1 minute, I need to get a prop. Hold
my God. You're here. There's nothing I fear. Now I'm safe.
Right.
Okay.
Of turning this weekly episode of How I Would Have Done It is a role playing game.
Oh my God, we didn't do enough role playing.
You are one of the people letting people on the boats, all right?
Okay, cool. Which one am I? Lightoller or Murdoch?
Murdoch.
I'm Murdoch.
Yeah.
So okay. I'm letting men on.
No, the other one.
I'm Lightoller. Okay, cool,
yeah.
Cool.
Come on, mate. Please let me on. I've just got a little baby here.
No, I did just say women and children first.
Please.
So you can give that baby.
Give
the baby to a woman.
She's all I've got left. Her mum's dead. Please.
Yeah, you're going to die
baby.
too. No, she's going to be an orphan.
Look, she looks just like me. Yeah. Please. Look, it's my little girl.
Listen.
Please.
I no more believe that's your baby than I believe you're getting on this boat. So
what if I go speak to your mate?
That poor little African child off to someone on the boat. You've clearly kidnapped her.
No.
Yeah.
She's mine.
Where did you even find her?
It's little Catherine.
We are vast majority we're vast majority white on this boat. This is 1912.
So is my babe. She's just sick.
She's sick. Listen, it might be 1912. We're not that racist here. Give the baby to somebody else. You're not getting on.
Oh. Shoot you in the head. Oh, I'm getting on the boat.
Shit. Oh, I'm dead now.
You're dead now.
Oh, I'm fucking dead now, aren't I?
Catherine,
I wanted to freeze in that water. I wanted to go down with the ship. Excellent.
So that's how I would have done it.
So that's how you would have done it differently. You'd have got a baby of a different race, and you'd have been like, "Oh, please!" I thought you were going to get
literally the first baby I could find.
Perfect.
So,
what a reveal! The jump scare was incredible.
I would have, I would have tried to convince them either I was a woman, but at this moment in time, I've got a full-on beard. So unless I went 4 lions,
we already know.
Can I get on the lifeboat, please?
Can I get 10 bottles of bleach, please?
Can I get on the
You got a beard. Yeah, I went in disguise. I disguised my voice. 10 bottles of bleach, please. So you basically be Faz from 4 Lions.
Yeah.
Faisal. Faisal, no.
Yeah.
So I imagine you would have survived, gotten on the boat, and then somehow managed to blow up your entire boat.
Suicide vest.
Yeah. 9/11.
No, none of you fuckers are surviving this.
Hijack the boat and start ramming it into other people. 11/9 again.
I was the original terrorist.
That was absolutely incredible. Original pirate material.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good film for you. Terrorist pirates. Wait.
Look at me.
I suppose they're not.
I am the captain now.
I hate that film.
Get the baby up.
1 minute. Look at me. I am the captain.
Oh man. Okay.
Excellent.
Oh, did we just say that at the same time?
Nearly.
Ew.
Nearly.
And now on to Chris's fact corner.
I've got quite a lot of facts, and some of them are fucking paragraphs, you know. So
Okay,
I'll
well,
have to, I'll minimise what I can. So
cool.
let's do a reverse sweep and go back to James Cameron. Do you know how many times he's?
Yeah,
Do you know how many times he's visited the Titanic? So,
four.
producer man,
4 times.
double it,
8.
double it,
16.
double it,
32.
add one.
33. 33
33
times. He
times.
got his own submersible.
I'm not too sure. I didn't look that far into it, but according to the only answer I could get with AI with a cost of each trip, so I don't know if it's anywhere near correct. But supposedly it's about $10 million a trip.
That's
Seems
insane.
extortionate, but then you can see why he would probably need to fund that with some decent movies, aka Avatar.
Avatar,
Do you
Titanic,
know what I mean?
all of
So
those.
that's a lot of money if he's been 33
That is a
times.
lot of money.
On
Wow.
his, I think it was his third visit, the boat got stuck for 16 hours.
No. And he
There was
still decided to go back another 30
There was a lack
times.
of power and the current was too strong, so they were just stuck down there for 16 hours.
Jesus.
It's a madness, isn't it?
That is a madness.
Next.
Next.
Violet Jessup. Have you heard this name?
No?
So, you know those other two ships you mentioned earlier?
Yeah.
What were they? The Britannic?
Carpathia.
No, the Britannic and the Olympic.
Oh,
Do you remember
yeah.
mentioning them? Do you know what happened to those other two boats?
No.
So, the Britannic also sank,
No.
and the RMS Olympic collided with a British warship, HMS Hawke.
No.
She was on each boat and survived them all.
Who?
Violet Jessup, her name is.
She was on both
Every
and
single one.
survived it.
Survived all three of them. So
No.
two went down, one crashed into a warship. Me and Rach are convinced she was cursed.
So it's Violet Jessup's fault.
Like, yeah, someone put a satanic ritual on her or something. It's a bit like Final Destination, you know. I don't know what got her in the end.
she how did she die in the end?
Don't know.
Oh, you don't
Didn't look
know?
that far into it.
Damn. So
Maybe
when
she's still alive.
did they take part in Dunkirk?
Yeah. Jessup?
Yeah, Dynamo. The Britannic and the Olympic.
I don't know, mate.
Come on.
Why
Do
would I
your
know
research,
that?
man.
This is research, look. We're not talking about Dunkirk.
Yeah, you're right. I was about to Google it, but you're right. You
Dick
don't
lips,
need to
come
know.
on.
Cool, next.
There were 12 dogs on board, only 3 survived.
Oh, that's the real tragedy.
1 Pekingese, 2
25%.
Pomeranian.
Oh, no. I'm guessing they're the first class passenger.
And they're extra fluffy as well, so they're just like fluff up, then they're buoyant, aren't they?
Yeah.
Or would
Yeah,
that
they
be a
could have
hindrance?
survived.
Would an afro float?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they're floaty dogs.
Yeah. Cool. Next.
The Titanic band. I know a few of the songs. Supposedly it was "My God to Nearer, My God to Thee" as the ship sank.
Yeah.
But
Can you give us a rendition?
survivor accounts of it. Yeah. Oh, when I'm sinking down to you, my Lord, nearer, my God, to Thee.
Excellent. Excellent. You could
But
have
there
been a
are
singer.
contradicting factors, and it was the song d'automne / the dream of autumn.
The Dream of Autumn?
Yeah.
We're in the Dream of Autumn right now. I'm telling you that for free.
I know. So that was an interesting one.
Thank you very much.
Don't know the songs, but another one about the band member. This is a bit of a madness. They tried to charge the families of the ones that died for their uniforms.
What? The White Star Line?
Yeah.
Well, like, uniforms have gone down with
we'll have to charge you for that, mate.
No.
Yeah.
That's
Supposedly they
late
never
stage
paid.
capitalism for you.
Good,
I wouldn't have paid. I would not have paid.
Fuck's
I don't know
sake,
about
mate.
you.
My wages.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that weren't nice.
Excellent. Next.
I've done something with my facts page. There was another survivor, Charles Jowin. Jowin. Don't know his name properly. Can't pronounce it. He was a baker on the Titanic.
Yeah.
And supposedly one of the ways he survived is because he was so pissed on whiskey, his body didn't go into shock.
Really?
I think scientists have debuffed that myth, but That's what
No, I don't want to hear that. So basically, the way to survive is get so fucked on whiskey that your body
supposedly
doesn't
he was
even
just
know.
stood on the stern. So when it was sinking, he was just stood on it, and when it got to the water's edge, he just stood off. This is what he says, or it's what the internet says. He says he stepped off and he didn't even get his hair wet.
That's incredible. That's absolutely incredible.
Like
Still
an
holding
absolute
his whiskey,
legend, eh?
didn't spill a drop.
Not a
It's
drop.
like those dads at baseball games that
That was like me
have
on
the
that night
baby,
out.
hold a beer. No, you spilt so much.
Oh, Megan,
Didn't spill a drop.
mate, you should have seen me at the weekend.
Was it bad?
I bought a really nice. You might not like the idea of it. I bought a really nice cream cardigan. I've got espresso martini all over it.
Oh, you're joking.
No, I don't know what I was thinking wearing that.
A cream cardigan on a night out?
Yeah, got espresso martini all over it. It was a day out, but it still turned
And
into
as
danger.
we said, espresso martinis are the best.
Liquid cocaine, but they were all
Yeah.
down my lovely new cardigan.
Oh, that's so upsetting.
There was
Right,
a
next.
kosher kitchen for the Jews.
Okay. Next.
We're now on to my culinary
Yes, that's what I wanted.
fact.
Okay.
Right. How many, because they're going to America, how many Pop-Tarts would have fit on Kate's door?
At least enough for Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet.
Oh, no.
300.
1 minute, I just deleted the answer. I don't think you're a mile off.
You prick.
A little bit less.
200.
More of in the middle of your first and your second.
250.
A little bit higher.
260.
262.
262 Pop-Tarts
Just like
on
laid
Rose's door.
side by side.
Excellent. Thank you very much for that.
262 Pop-Tarts, but not two people. The maths doesn't add up, does it?
The maths isn't mathsing.
You
100%
absolute
they both could have fit.
bitch.
Yeah, you bitch.
You fucking slut.
We both know Leo could have survived when he sank as well.
Yeah, but she had a good time. She got her poor nanny wet, and then she thought, do I really want to spend my life with a fucking peasant?
Yeah. And
No.
then she went off and was
Get
a
off
peasant
my
anyway.
door. Yeah, get off my door, you
Get
cunt.
off my land.
It's like Kate. No, it's like Cat in EastEnders. Get out my fucking door.
You're not my mother. Yes, I am. That gets far too much airtime on this podcast.
Never. I love it.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Oh,
That's
excellent.
me.
Thank you very much for that. That was one of the best fact corners because you actually put effort in and researched it.
Pure effort, wasn't it?
Well done.
I upped my game this week. Look, come on.
This might be one of the most informative episodes we've done.
Yeah, it's getting up to probably the longest.
Yeah, it's getting up there.
Oh, we've got a secret to tell you all. Don't be expecting these key rings anytime soon because someone has tried
fucking extortionate.
Pull our pants down. Go on,
Was
tell
it
them.
£400 for 100 of them? And that's
50?
not including VAT. Oh, was that 50?
Yeah, mate.
£400 for 50, and that wasn't even including VAT.
Absolutely mental. So you're not getting one.
Well, no, we'll just have to figure out a cheaper way of doing them. So you're not going to get the really cool ones that I wanted to make because I was like, even I can't justify that.
Another idea.
Yeah.
I could just write them a little letter like a fortune cookie.
No, we're going to do key rings. I've got an idea of how we're going to do them. They're just going to be budget.
I can draw them.
You don't have to draw them. I've got an idea. I've got
ideas. Drawer.
You will be getting your key rings. Oh, also we need to give a shout out to Jodie for being the first person to voice note in, and for guessing Mad Jack Churchill. So she gets
It took her a few guesses though.
Yeah, but no one else.
What were the first guesses? Well, 3 guesses are better than none.
She was good, like Churchill, like Church on a Hill.
One of them was
like,
that was it.
Church
Incredible. On the Hill is an absolute madness.
I was like, you think I'm much cleverer than I am. Just going back to Titanic, I'm surprised we haven't mentioned Ocean Gate.
Oh shit! How did that could add another half an hour onto this?
Because I love the graph that people put out, and it was like Titanic deaths, 1912 huge spike, nothing.
I've not seen this.
2023 was it 24? 24 tiny
spike. Seems
spike.
longer than last year.
I think it was 24. You know.
You might be right. I reckon 23. Could I have her 2 nights in a row? Could I have
23. 23. Well done.
Massive.
Shall we do the riddle?
Megan's Riddle Riff.
Is that a vampire on Pornhub?
Oh. What could that be? I've got to have a look. Is that a vampire?
So tune in next week
to
find out about the vampire on Pornhub. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. I hope you learned a lot.
Lots was learned.
And I really enjoyed that one.
So did we all.
For audio listeners, Chris has got the baby back up again. Yeah, the baby's not going to make any sense because we didn't explain it at all. But I'm hoping people can get it from context.
I can put
email
it on
in
Instagram.
If you could guess what the baby looks like.
Follow us on Instagram.
Yeah, follow us on Instagram. You've not been doing it, but get involved. Send us some emails. All the rest.
We did have an email.
Oh, you prick!
We did have an email. We can get to it now.
So we do have an email that we forgot to read out until now.
Sorry, that's my fault. That's my one job.
Calamari. Oi, oi, oi! Is how I imagine that was meant to be read. OMG, the last episode was ... extreme, capital letters, to say the least. I listened to it twice. Once with my beloved wife, Emily. Sadly, she fell asleep during the podcast. Again, we're putting Emily to sleep.
Positive, isn't it?
And I listened to it another time too, and I laughed out loud listening both times. 2 crying emojis there, crying, laughing. I love both the levels of your father-in-law listens to this podcast and the I don't give a fuck. I know that the adult life can suck sometimes and all, but please try not to delay another episode again. Keep up the good work.
Look at us getting in trouble. Look.
I'm not going to get any of the riddles unless Emily helps me, but she's also lazy. Just calling out Emily.
People are listening, but they're just ignoring us.
Poor Emily. Well, thank you very much for emailing in, Calamari, and I'm so sorry about delaying the podcast. However, I feel like we're doing pretty well. We've worked hard to make sure we haven't delayed it again, despite all the things going on.
And we've come up with a plan if we think a week will be missed. So
yes.
One will not.
Yes.
Unless we move on to season 3.
Yes, that could also happen. Well, thank you very much, Calamari. Thanks, Emily. Hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. You might be our only listeners at this point. Jodie, Cal, all of you guys listening. And we will catch you next week with another episode.
Love you guys. Bunch of
fucking
weasels.